This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weight. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy, what day is it? Let's try that one again. Happy Wednesday. Wow. Here we go. We are underway. Well, I hope this isn't a sign of things to come today. Welcome, Off-the-Wall Mancave. Two best in the business, Off the Wall and Jason Walker Media, teaming up to help you get your word out about your business. Get a hold of myself or Chase Cloaker today. We'll get you in bathrooms. We'll get you in stadiums. We'll get you in restaurants and Continental Divide Radio, and of course the Jason Walker Show. Big show coming up today on a show that you can watch as always on Facebook, the X, Twitter. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, YouTube, Spotify, Rumble. We're everywhere. JasonWalkerShow.com. Download the Continental Divide Radio app at the Apple App Store. Coming soon to a Google Play Store near you as well. We're going to talk with Kolby Bignell about his steer wrestling title at Northern Rodeo Association Finals about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks now. Also going to check in volleyball. Helena High and Lindsey and Coach Day headed off tomorrow down to state in Bozeman. And also going to check in with Townsend volleyball coach Megan Bleile. Hope I can. I know I'm going to mess it up. I just know I am. But we'll get it figured out. Oh, man. Walk Up brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. 3 distinct divisions so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. Check them out. yourcustomlog.com. I was wondering why this person followed me on Twitter. Now I understand because, okay, her daughter's going to play for the Lady Grizz coming at a junior college. Out of high school, Coeur d'Alene. Okay. All right. There we go. Got it. It is gonna be that kind of day. Frontier Conference women's teams in the NAI poll, and we will pull that poll up. Pull the poll. I'm sorry. It is going to be one of those days. Oh my goodness. We'll get to your FCS football poll as well. In fact, why don't we do that now? South Dakota State still number 1, Furman 2, Montana and Idaho flip-flop. So the Grizz 3, Vandals 4, Montana State back up to 5, South Dakota 6. Sac State dropped 2 down to 9 after the loss to the Grizz. I did see Sam Herder, and we'll get Sam on the show soon. His bracketology came out today, and it's interesting. So he's got Sam Herder, Hero Sports FCS, has South Dakota State, the 1 seed, Montana, the 2. That's assuming the Grizz win out. Idaho, the 3, Furman 4, if they win out. South Dakota 5, and then Montana State 6 for your seeds. That would set up a potential semifinal in Missoula with the Cats and the Grizz. And this is just bracketology. This isn't anything official. It's got Idaho the 3. So the Cats would have Idaho on the road in the quarters, and then the Grizz potentially in the semifinals, both on the road. Would get one home playoff game. But if the Cats beat the Grizz, then I think the Cats could move up into that 3 seed. Potentially. Idaho the 2. I think Furman probably going to be a 4 seed based off strength of schedule if they win out. And again, it's all depending on what happens in the next 2 weeks. Campbellsville, Kentucky, the number 1 team in NAI women. Carroll women ranked 5th in the country, moving up a spot. Let's see here. Rocky Mountain College moves up a spot to number 14. Providence jumps 5 spots to number 18. Providence starting off 3-0. Argos have a tough go. I think they're at Campbellsville this week. They also they're on a road trip. Down to the Midwest. Big wrestling match tonight we'll talk about in a second as well. It's a great time of the year, isn't it? All the crossover sports going on. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so Providence women knocked off Indiana Wesleyan after Indiana Wesleyan had beat Carroll. They also have wins over Northwest and Corbin. They are at Lindsey Wilson, Kentucky, Friday night, and then they play at Cumberland University of Tennessee, so not the number 1 team in the country. Cumberland of Tennessee, I believe, is 13th. Nope, that's Cumberlands of Kentucky. So you got Cumberlands of Kentucky and then Cumberland of Tennessee. Cumberland of Tennessee is not ranked. Western, by the way, receiving votes. They are 3rd team out of the top 25. I know the men's poll came out too. I don't think any of. Is there any Frontier teams ranked? Let's check. College of Idaho is the number 1 team in the country. You've got Tech. Oh, yeah, duh. Tech ranked 6th. I think that's it, though. Yep. Rockies receiving votes, but that's about it. So your first top 25s for the men and the women in the NAI released today. Very good stuff. What else did we want to get to? Oh, well, they were ranked 5th most of the year out of the Western AA. That's because the Eastern AA is kind of powerful volleyball. We'll talk about that and a lot more right now as we are joined by Helena High volleyball coach Lindsey Day to preview the state tournament, which starts tomorrow, all-class volleyball down in Bozeman. Lindsey Day joins us now here, Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, we talked at the beginning of the year, and we get to talk at the end of the year because that means you're heading off to state tournament. Another state tourney berth. How's that one feel?
Great. Always great. It's always a huge accomplishment to end that season at the state tournament. So I know the girls are excited about the accomplishment. Obviously, that was our end goal, is to get ourselves at that state tournament to try to bring some hardware. So we're on our way. Yeah, we're excited about it. How
good has the Western, or really the Eastern AA been this year out, and then add in you guys? Because I think the Eastern AA at one point in the top 5 had 4 of the top 5. Helena High was the only one breaking that. So how good is the East?
Yeah, they're pretty dominant. They're just a more solid conference for sure. So I think we're right in the mix. Yeah, it looks like we were lost, like most of the season we were in that 5 seed, like with the state, within the state. So yeah, I'm excited to go compete against some good teams and see what we can do.
You open up with Skyview. I don't know much about Skyview, but no senior this year, which is probably a good thing. But take me through your first match. What do you expect from Billings Skyview?
Yeah, so Skyview hasn't been to state since 2017. So this is a big deal for them headed into the state tournament. We lost to them in 5 sets opening weekend. we went to Billings and played them. We played a doubleheader. We had senior and Skyview. Skyview was our second match that day. I just think we're a completely different team from opening weekend. I like our growth, and I like our chances against Skyview. I kind of like where we landed within the bracket. So, I think if we just go and play our game and eliminate some unforced errors, I think we can do some good things.
I've gotten the chance to call some volleyball with SWX this year, Class B, and then Glacier Sentinel match to end the regular season. What's impressed me is the athleticism from middle blockers. I mean, I've seen it in the college level, but even down now at the high school level, middle blockers, I think, are so key, and maybe to me, the key of a volleyball team.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I always talk to my girls about what a hard job those middle blockers have. And I expect a lot of mine. I'm on them all the time. So Ella and Birdie are my go-to girls. They do such a great job. You know, they really set the defense. And if you have weak middle blockers, it really makes it hard defensively in the back row. So I've been gifted a couple long, lengthy girls that are athletic and close the block well and have are such coachable, awesome kids. So I love my middle blockers. I think that's part of some of our success this year. It's just having a solid crew in that middle, setting the defense, makes it easy for everybody.
I hope my wife listens to this, because you just uttered a phrase that I have never heard, which is, "You're not wrong."
Oh yeah, that's pretty typical. You're not wrong. Yeah, my husband doesn't hear that very often either.
Yeah, most guys don't. But when you stay with the middles, and I know how athletic, the jumping on the outsides have to be, and obviously liberos and DSs and the such, but to me, the middle blocker is possibly the most athletic person on that team, because you're jumping, whether it's left, shifting to the right in the middle. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have to be super fast, athletic, and they have to be so core aware. I expect my middles to be an option offensively every time. I'm never okay with them taking themselves out of a play. And my middle hitters are a huge part of our offense. So I'm constantly drilling them you got to block, and then you got to transition, and you got to be up early for your setters. So I just think it's a lot to take on. I think their brains feel like they're going to blow up at the end of matches. But it's if you have good middles, it helps your defense so much. So I love my Ella McCarthy and my Birdie Heiser. They're doing such a great job for me.
Lindsey Day with an E on the Lindsey joining us here, Jason Walker Show. I misspelled it, and it's misspelled in my phone. I don't know what I was thinking, Coach.
That's all right. It's all good. As long as you didn't misspell Day.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm confident on Day. She coaches Helena High volleyball, heading off to state. Take me through the rest of the bracket. We know how good you guys are. We talked a little bit about Skyview. Capital, maybe a surprise making it to state, but we know how good they've been over the years. And then, of course, they opened up with unbeaten Billings West. But then on that other side of the bracket, you've got Gallatin and Bozeman, both very good. And then, like I said, I saw Glacier and Sentinel battle between those two and Helena High, the top three in the West. But this is a loaded AA bracket.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent. And I told the girls last night, and I think probably every coach is probably stressing this, when you walk into tournament, what you did at divisionals, what you did all season, it just doesn't matter anymore. You go in 0-0, and then it could be anybody's trophy round. So we all know going in, West is the team to beat. They're the undefeated, dominant team. I hope we get the opportunity to play them. It's just like one of those games you walk into with, let's compete. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get ourselves a chance to pull off a win, kind of nothing to lose attitude against a team like that. So I would love the opportunity to play them. I'm excited for Capital. I think it's great. They had a great tournament. They played so well at divisionals, so they definitely went and earned themselves an opportunity to be at the state tournament as well.
Yeah, and then, Glacier and Sentinel very well, having played them twice in the regular season. But Ava Kallenberg for Sentinel, you talk about a middle. She's really good for Spartans there. She
kind of picked us apart a little bit. She's just such a dynamic player. She's smart. She mixes it up well. Gosh, she's so explosive. She kind of like hangs up in the air there for a little bit and kind of throws our blockers timing off. Yeah, she's fun to watch.
Yeah, and I was impressed with Glacier too. I mean, that's I know everybody talks about the Eastern AA, but the Western AA's got a real chance, I believe, this weekend.
Yeah, I think we're going to be competitive. I really think our side of the conference is going to go get a couple wins. Glacier's just so well coached. Christy does such a nice job with them, and then she's got some good athletes that are just able to follow through on what great of coach she is. We went to 5 sets at divisionals with that Glacier team. Just kind of had a few errors that cost us the divisional championship, but I'm proud of the girls. They battled, they fought, they competed, and it just fell a little short in that 5th set.
All right, it is National Cappuccino Day today. What's your go-to?
I am pretty boring. I just do an Americano.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just a pretty blah coffee drinker. None of that sugary stuff.
I do straight black. I don't do coffee or cream or sugar.
Nothing, huh?
No. Once in a while, I will indulge myself with a caramel macchiato.
Oh, we get a little crazy sometimes. A little rogue, huh?
Sometimes.
I can't live without my coffee in the morning. It's the first thing I do, like 5:15, I go out and get that coffee going every morning.
Mine's going. I got my new coffee machine last week. It's brewing at 5:30 every morning. So.
Oh, heck yeah. Isn't that great?
It is. And the smell, like when you make your own. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. We're coffee snobs. That's good.
It is also, since you're a teacher and a coach, it is National Parents as Teachers Day. Flip the role.
Oh,
Put yourself in the position of a parent doing your job. Could you go back to just being a parent and not having to be a teacher?
I've thought about that a lot. I don't know. I think all roles are so hard and bring their own different challenges, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder what life would be like just being a parent, not in this crazy role that I'm in. I think it would be a little more simple, but they have a hard job as well. I don't know if you could go back to being just a parent because you'd be so nitpicky of your kids' teachers. I know. You're probably not wrong. and even in the coaching role, it's like I coached all my daughter's stuff. I coach her volleyball team and her basketball team. Yep. It's fun. I enjoy it. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Yeah. Oh, exactly. That's why you have kids. You got to have, Yeah. Yeah. But parenting is hard. I'm not going to lie. Oh goodness, no. Oh, boy. Yeah. It's got some tough days. It definitely does. Well, thank your husband for letting you have a morning to do this. I know. Yesterday, I was like, I got an interview. And he's like, I can't smile. Sorry. What a slack. His season hasn't even started yet. You're still in yours. I know. That's what I said. I said, I need one more week. You can do this. I had to give him a little pep talk. I think he hates me this time of the year. I'm pretty consumed. But we'll get through it. Well, yeah. Nothing new to our family. No, not at all. But then, I mean, you've got 4 months to be, to deal with him when he's coaching. So I know, exactly. The roles reversed real quick. I think you're a little more friendly than he is. Hey, you're not wrong again. I got 3 of those today. Yes, you did. Will you do me a favor, though? When basketball season comes and he's going to come on the show, he's so blah. I need your energy with his interviews. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'll coach him up a little bit. I'll see what I can do for you. Do you have an Instagram shoe account, too, or just his? No, I do not. He is a nut. He has such an addiction with shoes. And actually, I don't even buy my Jordans. He buys them all for me. Oh, goodness. So, yeah. So I benefit from his craziness. But, yeah, he does have a shoe game account that the kids made for him. I think it's pretty funny. It is really funny. It is. It brings me a good laugh most days. Enjoy state tournament. I will see you on Saturday. I'm calling the state championship for Class B. That's awesome. And, I had the choice, and I chose B just because I really like that Florence team, and I think that Townsend's going to do awesome, and I think that, Huntley's kind of the, like Billings West. They're just
if you put
dominant.
Billings West and Billings Senior in the same school, it's Huntley Project.
I know, right? Yeah. True. Yep.
Can we get that for Helena? Let's do Helena this year. You guys just run the table.
Okay.
And I know you guys, you could, whoever loses the Friday game, you and Capital would come back. Let's get an all Helena state championship.
Let's make that happen.
Okay. Well,
I like that idea.
I can make it. I can't make it happen. That's on you.
Okay. All right. We'll do our best.
All right. Hey, appreciate the time, Coach. Have a great day at school.
No problem.
Enjoy that Americano, and we'll talk on Saturday.
Great. Thanks, Jason. Have a good day.
Lindsey Day joining us, head coach of Helena High volleyball. She is great. All of our guests are great. Oh, I love it. I love it. And, we talk to coaches early in the mornings. So to have her energy that early, how fantastic. And if you're a volleyball player, she coached my oldest daughter at Stevensville forever ago. So before she moved to Helena. Great move. Great hire. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we'll check in on the rodeo circuit. Kolby Bignell will join us, Northern Rodeo steer wrestling champ. We'll find out who's the more competitive Bignell in his family. There's like 474, so Bignells. We'll check in with him. Also, Townsend coach Megan Bleile will join us. I feel like I'm going to mess it up when I talk with her, but we'll talk to her next, or coming up later in the show. That on this day in history, the walk-off, and whatever else comes up on this Wednesday. It's a little breezy. You can get your you can get your forecast twice an hour at Continental Divide Radio. Just download it on the Apple Store. All right. The walk-up brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, veteran-owned, family-owned, woman-owned, and operated. Check them out. My Custom Log Homes at yourcustomlog.com. Kolby Bignell when we come back here, Jason Walker Show.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com. There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us. Military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. We kidding. We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or $2. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from Molendi Center, the Copper Club Casino.
Fall is officially here, and now is the perfect time to get your rig tuned up before the big hunt. That means a lift kit from Auto Concepts. An Auto Concepts lift kit will help take you places only the animals can go. And when you do get that big one, make sure you have help to get it home with a winch to pull it out. Or maybe you'll be a good friend and help pull someone out of the snowbank. Check out AutoConceptsHelena.com for more ideas. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Off-the-Wall Mancave. The segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Yeah, little 80s for you. Escape Club. I remember this basketball camp, Montana State in the summer. Coach Starner, assistant coach McDurham, during morning warm-ups, this was one of the songs that would play. It's good stuff. My wife was telling me that when she went to basketball camp, when Steve Keller was the coach over at Helena High, she went to Capitol, but she'd go over to Helena High basketball camp, and he would play a lot of 80s rock, little Def Leppard and the such. Songs, by the way, that you can hear all the time at Continental Divide Radio. And we have some great new stuff coming. We've got DJs, a morning show, an afternoon show, a night show. We're going to do lots of interviews. You can hear the Jason Walker Show every day at 5. Other shows coming. Oh, it's going to be fun. And themes. We're going to have themes. Like we'll play like 3 songs, and you have to figure out the theme of those 3 songs back to back to back. It's fun. I love this. Absolutely love this. You know what else I love? It's rodeo. I do. And I love both the NRA and the PRCA circuit. PRCA circuit finals coming up in January in Great Falls. Northern Rodeo finals just wrapped up a couple weeks ago up in Kalispell. And steer wrestling was won by Helena's Kolby Bignell. And he joins us now here in the Off-the-Wall Mancave on the Jason Walker Show. All right, first off, congratulations on a Northern Rodeo steer wrestling title at the up in Kalispell a couple weeks ago. Tell me about your feelings now, about a week and a half, 2 weeks removed.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I was able to go up there, and I've went in there first a couple times and haven't been able to get it done. And this year felt good, made 3 good runs, and was able to come away with the title. Feels pretty good now.
Yeah, I bet. First one?
Yep, first one.
Okay.
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad. Getting things done up there in What's the difference between running at the Civic Center in Butte and Majestic Valley up in Kalispell?
I'd always gotten along better there in Butte. That setup kind of fit me better. I had some luck there, won the average a couple times when it was in Butte, and they went to Kalispell, and I kind of went on a little dry spell, but this year was able to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want. So talking Kolby Bignell here, steer wrestling champ at Northern Rodeo final. Tell me about your year and what led to the culmination of obviously 3 great runs up in Kalispell.
Yeah, I had a great year. Started off early, was kind of slow, and then the middle of the summer, even in the pro standings, kind of made a jump, and then just kind of stayed in there at the NRA standings and was able to make my first circuit finals. I'll be headed up there in January.
Nice.
And then got the opportunity to go up to Kalispell. So it was a really good year for me.
Who do you share horses with, and do you own your horse?
I got a couple of young horses now that I'm starting, but this summer I kind of mounted out buddy of mine from Stanford, Luke G, that I rode at all the pro rodeos, and then I rode a couple different horses for the NRAs over the summer, just some younger horses, and then Walt Anseth's team, really good team that's been around for a long time. He carried them up to Kalispell for me, so that was very appreciative of him to bring them up there.
Well, I mean, when you have Luke and Walt helping you out, that's not too shabby help there, my friend.
No, it's not. It definitely makes it a lot easier, and hopefully I can get these young ones going next year and help somebody out too.
Who do you use to haze?
Luke's dad, John, usually hazes for me at the pro rodeos, and then Walt hazes for me up there in Kalispell, and then I travel with Riley Joyce. He does some hazing when I take my young ones, and kind of all-around effort from a lot of different guys. I mean, Logan Beatty hazed for me a bunch this summer, and Timmy Sparing, and there's so many guys that come together for it that it's just awesome.
Man, you're throwing out some names of dudes. I mean, we know how good Timmy has been the last few years, especially, but Logan has really come in, such a youngin. Not that you're an old guy, but Logan, one of those youngins that is keeping the sport alive.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. He's bulldogging really well, and I'm excited to see what he does in the future.
Definitely. So heading up to Great Falls in January, but first, how will you spend the next couple months? Because you've got to practice, but you don't want to overdo it, but you also don't want to get rusty.
Yeah, just kind of staying in shape, keep going to work, and head down to practice when I can, wherever we decide to practice before the circuit finals, and just stay ready. That's kind of the only thing.
At what point in your life, as we talked to Kolby Bignell here, Jason Walker Show, did you decide, you know what, I want to hop off the back of a perfectly good horse at 25 miles an hour and jump onto a steer?
Kind of started in college. I wasn't really big enough for a long time. I was just a small guy, and then kind of hit a growth spurt in college, and my cousin Parker was doing it, so I decided to try it, and just kind of cousin Ty set us up with some horses, and it was a good way to get it started, and went to a couple schools and really enjoyed it. And then as I started getting bigger, started getting better at it.
Cousin Ty, how good has he been?
Yep. Oh man. Headed back to, I don't know how many NFRs, but he's just awesome. He's always been there for me. Lets me take his horses sometimes over the summer, and he'll always let me on, and I appreciate all he does too.
Man, he's had quite the run. The Bignell name is well known across the state of Montana, not only for hoops and football, but definitely rodeo as well. And you're adding to that mix as we talk to Kolby Bignell. Okay, so how are you related to, how does the Bignell with you relate to, everybody else, the sisters, the older brothers, like everybody? Where do you fit in?
So Savannah and Sierra and Abby and Carter are my siblings, and then like Clay and Brian and Mac and Nate and Parker are all cousins. Okay.
So how much grit can you learn from Savannah? Because she, well, even Sierra, I mean, they were pretty intense.
Oh yeah. They're very intense. I think the whole family is. When we all get together, it's pretty intense. Everybody's got a winning attitude, and everybody wants to win, so it gets pretty intense.
I was going to say, you got Thanksgiving coming up. Everybody's going to get together, and who wrestles harder?
Oh, I don't know. Savannah's pretty tough, but I try to keep them in their place.
Oh, so are you older than them?
Yep, I'm older than them, and then I got an older brother.
Okay. Trying to keep all you guys, because Kay's in there too. I guess she'd be a cousin.
Yep.
Is it Fanny?
Sammy, yep.
Or Sam, yeah. And then there's just so many of you guys.
Oh, man. It's crazy.
And then you throw in cousin Ty, but
Oh yeah.
Okay. So obviously you love this. Obviously you're a state champ now. Where's the road for you as we head into 2024 season?
Well, I'm just hoping to kind of keep doing what I'm doing. I'll see what these circuit finals bring. If I'm able to have some luck, then maybe I might hit the road a little harder next summer. If not, just kind of stay around here in Montana and kind of keep plugging away at these rodeos.
Which is nothing, there's nothing wrong with the Northern Rodeos. They are absolutely fantastic. I know you'd love to go to the NFR. What will it take for you? And I know you got to have a big, jump start at the circuit finals. Is that kind of the decision for you? Like if I go to the circuit finals and have a decent spring, because it's hard in Montana to pick up some rodeos in the winter, as we all know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So how much, when will you decide to push the PRCA side?
I think kind of after these circuit finals will give me a good idea. I mean, if I can be competitive in them, it'll give me more confidence to kind of hit the road and try some bigger rodeos next summer and kind of go at it a little harder.
Well, and you have to have the support of not only friends and family, but your job too. I know Bridger Chambers, when he qualified a few years ago for his first NFR, it's a lot of, I got to miss work for a lot of things here, guys.
Yep. And Steve, my boss, is great. He lets us go whenever we want, and got the wife at home taking care of horses. Appreciate that. And parents helping me out going down the road. Everybody's just awesome about it.
Well, I'm going to give you I heard this advice a few years ago from a friend of mine, an older lady. Say my wife, don't say the wife.
My wife.
How long you been married?
Yeah. I just got married last spring.
That's what I thought. It hasn't been very long.
Nope. She's nice. Great. Takes care of everything when I'm on the road, and it's awesome.
So you can't ask for anything better than that, is a supportive partner.
Yep.
Congratulations on that as well. All right. Can you go back-to-back Northern Rodeos next year?
Yeah, I hope so. I got some younger horses that I really want to take to them amateur rodeos, and so hopefully I can get them started really good and hopefully head back up to Kalispell and do her again. I'd like to do her again.
How far back are you in the chase for the circuit finals?
Sitting 4th or 5th right now.
Okay.
So within range, but definitely there's a lot of good competition up there, and it's going to be tough. So
definitely. Okay. Who would make the better hazer, Sierra or Savannah?
I don't know. I might give that one to Sierra.
Okay.
Savannah might try to run me over.
She tried to bulldog herself. I mean,
yeah, she might try to beat me to the steer, and I won't have a chance.
So you do have a championship now that has, you're not the one sitting there at Thanksgiving at family dinner going, hey, I don't have a title yet. You've got a title now to compete with the sisters.
Oh yeah.
So they don't have that on you anymore.
No, they don't have that on me anymore.
Real quick, what else did you do in school? I mean, football, obviously, Bignell, we know how football that name is, but did you play? Did you do anything else?
I played in high school for a little bit, but I was too small. I was probably 5'9", 5'10", and 160 pounds, and just not very big. And then went off to college and just team roped with my cousin for a while. Mm-hmm. Wasn't big enough to calf rope or steer wrestle yet. And then kind of as I hit a late growth spurt and grew up a little bit, then I started calf roping and steer wrestling. And so it kind of just went.
No rough stock?
As I got older.
No rough stock events?
Nope. I did try riding a bull my senior year of college.
And didn't like that?
No, I just did it on a whim and wanted to do it once before I graduated, and lasted about 2 seconds, and that was it for my bull riding career.
See, I'd rather bull ride And I've been on bulls, but I would never jump off a horse onto, a steer on purpose.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely fun.
Man, I appreciate it. I know you got to get rolling off to work, but congratulations on the Northern Rodeo Championship. Good luck at circuit finals, and we'll be checking in with you next year. How's that?
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Kolby Bignell joining us, Jason Walker Show, Northern Rodeo Steer Wrestling Champ. Could add a circuit finals to the PRCA on that in January as well. Take a break. We'll come back. We'll get back into volleyball. Megan Bleile, the head coach of Townsend, will join us next here on the Jason Walker Show when we come back to the Off-the-Wall Mancave.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Fall is officially here, and now is the perfect time to get your rig tuned up before the big hunt. That means a lift kit from Auto Concepts. An Auto Concepts lift kit will help take you places only the animals can go. And when you do get that big one, make sure you have help to get it home with a winch to pull it out. Or maybe you'll be a good friend and help pull someone out of the snowbank. Check out AutoConceptsHelena.com for more ideas. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. There's only one place in Helena to cure your craving for Cajun cuisine, and that is Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys and catfish to jambalaya and much more, Cafe Zydeco has the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And Cafe Zydeco cares about those that take care of us. Military, law enforcement, first responders can get your drink free as a way of saying thank you to those that protect us every day. If you're looking for a place to grab lunch or dinner, get the flavor of the Big Easy in Big Sky Country at Cafe Zydeco on Euclid in Helena.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com.
Summer, the season to work hard, play hard. The days are heating up and getting longer. The smell of fresh cut grass, the hot sun on your skin. Who we kidding? We all know you're really thinking about having fun and relaxing at the Copper Club Casino. Meet your friends for a cold one. Play a $5 or $2. When you want great service, cold drinks, and fun entertainment, this is the place. The Copper Club Casino, where everybody knows your name any time of year. On Euclid, across from the Lundy Center, the Copper Club Casino.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Copper Club Casino. Hot games, warm staff, cold drinks. Drink and gamble responsibly. On this day in history coming up, the walk-off and more. Here in the Off-the-Wall Mancave as we continue chatting volleyball now. Back into it. Down Highway 12. They're a pretty good volleyball team, the Townsend Bulldogs. And joining us on the Jason Walker Show is the head coach, Megan Bleile. All right, Coach. Looking forward to chatting with you. This is cool. Townsend volleyball state tournament starts Thursday, but assess to me the overall season, how you thought it's gone.
So far, it's been really good. We finished the regular season undefeated. We went into the district tournament seeded first, and Jefferson was seeded second. And we met them in the undefeated semifinal, and they beat us in 5 sets. We hadn't lost them all year. We were down 2-0, and we came back and won the next 2, and then lost in the 5th game by 2. And then we came back and fought our way back to the championship, and we won our first championship against them in 5, and then we beat them in the second championship in 3, and finished playing at 11:30 at night. It showed their true grit and what they've been fighting for all year. And then at divisionals, we were playing Baker for the chance to get to state, and we were down again 2-0, and they came back and won all 3 of the next 3 games to go to state. So, and then we finished second at divisionals behind Huntley,
which is a very, very good team, and we'll see them.
They are. They have a really good program. Yep. Yeah,
a long history there, and I know you're building it. But there's nothing to hang your head about losing to those guys, especially, I noticed looking at your scores from districts and divisionals, you're a big fan, or maybe not so much, of playing 5 games.
Oh, I know. They like to stress me out, that's for sure. But, they never give up.
Which is perfect.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to screw this up, but Townsend volleyball coach Megan Bleile. Oh, okay. Bleile. I won't forget it ever again. Bleile joining us here, Jason Walker Show. Looking at your team, and you've got some players that aren't afraid to get dirty defensively. And I mean, when you look at digs just from your Huntley match in divisionals, you got a lot of double-digit digs from different girls, and that definitely helps keep teams alive.
It does. It's always one of my my talking points for the season. Defense wins championships. And so we spend a lot of time on passing and defense.
I love it. Obviously, I don't know her personally, but I know about Lucy Horn after talking with her dad all year long. But she's a very strong player, but you also have other great players as well. Holly Newman, keeping it on the defensive side, Emily Bird too. Take me through those girls.
Yeah. So Lucy Horn, like her talent goes beyond her skill. She's one of our team captains, and she is just a true leader out there. She never gets down. She always puts her team before herself, and she is not afraid to hit the floor. That's for sure. Our other strong defenders, Emily Bird, she's our setter. She also picks up a lot. Then I have 2 middle backs, Haven Vandenacre and Holly Newman. And I would say they're 2 of the fastest middle backs in the state, and they are relentless. They will chase balls down that you think are down, and they will get them up and back into play.
Which lifts up the team. I mean,
yes, for sure.
I've watched a lot of volleyball, but when you're diving and saving balls, it's impressive and fires up the rest of the girls too.
For sure. Those are definite momentum boosters.
Middles, take me through your middles, and then we'll work on to your outsides, because you've got some girls that, you can't, defense wins championships, but you can't win if you don't score points on that offensive side too.
Yeah. So our both my middles are both sophomores. They're both young. One of them, Caitlin Noyes, it's her first year playing middle, and I think she's done a phenomenal job. She's a little bit taller than Aspen. Aspen's our shorter middle, but she does not play little. She is our leading blocker, and she's not afraid to get up there against those 6-foot girls and put them in their place.
Which is awesome. And then what about outside?
Okay, so on both outsides, I have Reese Wolfgram. She's our senior. and Cassidy Flynn, she's a junior. And they have been our consistent go-tos all year, which is what you want on your outside. You want someone you can rely on. And not only are they reliable, but they have got some heat on the ball. That is for sure. Yeah. And then my right side, Cheyenne Cavan, she's about 6'1", and one of her biggest jobs is to put a block up on the other team's outside, and she does a great job at that. And she also gets on top of that ball and pounds it down.
You know, and it's great because, like I said, I've got to watch a lot of volleyball this year on the high school front with SWX, mostly over Western Montana. But, you know, there is some unbelievable talent going to this state tournament. And obviously we know how good Huntley Project has been over the last 2 decades.
Right.
Florence Carlton, I saw them a couple of times. Very solid volleyball team. But tell me about your opening matchup with Fairview. Not many people know about Fairview.
Yeah, we don't know a whole lot about Fairview. We have been watching film on them. They look scrappy. You know, I just think if we can go and play our game and be confident and do what we can do, we will be just fine.
Which is confidence. I like it. Potential of a Florence Carlton or Columbus rematch. You know, I'm sure Florence Carlton. You definitely know about Columbus.
Yep. Yeah. So we know about Columbus. We saw Florence Carlton a couple times at the Shoto tournament at the beginning of the year, and then at the Jefferson tournament mid-year. Okay. So we have been exposed to them. And again, if we just focus on what we can do and not worry about what they can do, we just focus on what we can do and we'll be just fine.
Other teams there, Fairfield, Deer Lodge, Eureka, along with Huntley. Would you love, I mean, it's a long way away. Coaches don't want to look ahead, but how awesome would it be to play a Huntley Project for a state championship?
It would be great. I think it would be a great game. I think there will be a lot of energy, and that's what you want for a state championship. You want it to be fun. You want it to be competitive. And so that's our goal. But our first goal is to just take it one game at a time.
Yep. 1 point at a time. It starts with the serve.
Yep.
And you know, I've said this a lot during broadcasts this year, but middle blockers are so important to the team. And I know you went through yours, but really how important do you rely on, or how much do you rely on those middle blockers? Because they're the ones that are moving around almost more than a libero or defensive specialist or setter even.
Yeah, for sure. Middle is a hard job and it's exhausting, and we rely on them a lot to get over there and close the block. And, you know, some teams only single block, and I just don't understand that. But our goal is always to get a double block up. And our middles are pretty good about getting over there to those pins and closing the blocks off. And yeah,
I mean, it's and it's almost a thankless job too. But when you get you can set your middle up after a good defensive play and then set your middle up for a hammer home, it rewards it. It's like giving the ball to the tight end, you know, you just reward the blockers, you know?
Yeah. Feed the beast. That's what we say. Feed the beast.
Yep, I love it. What's cool too is, I mean, you have senior veteran leadership, but you're a young team as well, and I think
we are.
I think this experience this weekend only is going to help in the long run. And I know we don't want to look ahead different years, but down the road, this is going to help too.
For sure. Yeah. I have 6 seniors, and they're great leaders and they're great examples for these younger girls. And yeah, I play 11 girls every game. And so I have 5 younger girls that are stepping up each game and playing and getting that experience. And, you know, this year's seniors, this is their third trip in a row to state. And so they have that experience too. And I think that's why they're the great leaders that they are.
How much will you rely on those seniors heading into Thursday's opening match? As far as
a lot.
To telling the younger kids, like, look, this is what state's all about.
Yeah. So they're really good. They're awesome about, you know, keeping these younger girls focused and keeping them from getting too jittery and being very encouraging to them and helping them through every play. Really, they're always there for each other. The seniors came up with our motto this year, and it was "We Before Me," and they presented it to the team themselves, and the whole team bought in. And all year, they've been playing for each other, not for themselves, and I think that's been great for these younger girls too.
Well, Coach Bleile, we appreciate the time. Do me a favor tomorrow, that 2:00 match. Can you make it 3 sets and not 5?
Yeah.
I mean, it's easier on you too. And you've got to have that rep.
For sure.
Yeah. You don't want to wear yourself out.
No, that's for sure.
How have you kept your voice all year? What's your secret?
Oh, they're going into our last week of regular play and going into districts. I did lose my voice.
Okay. Which the players can enjoy actually at some point.
Yeah.
It is. I like to ask all my coaches this. It is National Cappuccino Day today. How do you? Are you a coffee, espresso, cappuccino person?
I am a coffee person. Yes. If I go to order it, I order a latte. But if I at home, I just make a regular cup of coffee.
Cream and sugar.
I usually use some creamer. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a straight black coffee guy, so I have not tried the creamer. Can you recommend a creamer?
Oh, I like the Belgian sweet cream.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get one on the way to school today.
Oh, okay.
And enjoy the day before you head off to Bozeman tomorrow. Good luck at state. Looking forward to seeing you guys down there on Saturday for that noon championship match against Huntley. And we'll talk then. How's that?
Okay, sounds good.
Megan Bleile, the head coach of Townsend Volleyball, joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And good luck to the Bulldogs down in Bozeman starting tomorrow. There's a big wrestling match tonight. Top 10 duel in Havre. Oh. Providence ranked 8th in the country. Or 7th? They're 8th. Northern is ranked 7th. Big match. You've got Providence with 8 wrestlers in the top 20. Casey Boudet, who should win the national championship this year at 285, is ranked 3rd. Bridger Hall, so good at 165. He is 5th. Sawyer Hobbs, 197, ranked 9th. Liam Swanson, also at 197, is ranked 15th. Jordan Comack at 174 is ranked 11th. Aiden Graves, 14th, ranked at 157. Ethan DeRoche, 19th at 285. And Adeline Badley at 184 is ranked 24th. Northern's ranked 7 in the preseason poll. They have 6 guys in the top 25. Skylights were the lights. I don't know why that says Skylights. I didn't write it, so that's why. The Lights were picked to finish 4th in the Cascade. Providence 3rd in the preseason poll for the conference. Man, that'll be a good match. And you can watch that on Northern's YouTube page tonight. Good wrestling right there in the state of Montana with those two for sure. On this day in history, it is November the 8th. It is National Harvey Wallbanger Day, Cappuccino Day, Parents as Teachers Day. On this date, 1970, Tom Dempsey, New Orleans, kicks an NFL record, 63-yard field goal. Some birthday, Bobby Bowden, great football coach, passed away a couple years ago. Florida State, 1929, his birth date. Let's see here. A couple other things. 1789, bourbon whiskey first distilled from corn by Elijah Craig in Bourbon, Kentucky. Let's see here. Donald Trump elected president of the United States, beating Hillary on this date in 2016. I just remember watching TV people and their faces when they realized that Trump was actually going to win that thing. Gordon Ramsay's birthday today, born on this date, 1966, in Scotland. I wonder if we're related. Tara Reid turns 48 today, the actress. Alex Trebek died on this date 3 years ago. Doc Holliday died on this date in 1887. Vlad the Impaler was born on this date in 1431. most famously known as Dracula, which was written by Bram Stoker, 1897. Bram Stoker, born on this date in 1847. So Dracula and Bram Stoker, each born on this date. There you go. And I know there's one more big one that we'll talk about in a second.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Stop in for Pasta Zydeco. Oh, a po' boy sounds good today. It's a beautiful day, a little breezy. That good Cajun food would go right into you and feel good. Plus, it tastes tremendous. Happy birthday today to the 41st state of the Union, Montana, admitted to the Union on this date in 1889. It is Montana Day. Happy birthday to the great state of Montana. Right? So good. Best state out there, right? No question about it. No question about it. All right. Thanks to Townsend volleyball coach Megan Bleile, Helena High volleyball coach Lindsey Day, Northern Rodeo steer wrestling champ Kolby Bignell, all joining us today. Tomorrow we'll talk to Jefferson football coach Clint Lang. He's got the Panthers in the semifinals. They're at Manhattan Saturday. That'll be a good one. Third straight year for Jefferson in the state semis. If you miss anything, JasonWalkerShow.com. You can also go to JasonWalkerMedia.com and also download Continental Divide Radio app at the Apple Store. Or say, Alexa, play Continental Divide Radio. Thanks for all of our sponsors, you, of course, and our great guests. We'll do it again tomorrow. See ya from The Jason Walker Show. Have a great Wednesday.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of The Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.